Before this video even starts, I just want to go ahead and preface this all by saying that I have been sick lately, so ignore the raspy voice. I'm very sorry, but I wanted to make this video. Yeah, that's just all I had to say about that. So let's go ahead and get into the rest of it. What is going on, everybody? Prodigal Lion here. 2018 is winding down fast. This year has flown by just like every year, but I don't know about you guys. 2018 has easily been the fastest year of my life. So to end the year, I wanted to go ahead and make a top 5 video games of 2018 video, just to kind of share my opinion and recap on the year we've had. Not only that, but we're going into the holiday season, so in case you were looking into any kind of video games for Christmas presents, these may be able to give you some ideas. Now, another thing, this video is 100% my opinion. This is not the order of games I think should be in order based on how they were made and critical reviews and stuff like that. This is straight up my opinion based on my enjoyment level of the game. So it might be unpopular. Don't dislike the video for that. Be sure to just scroll down to the comment section, leave your little opinion, and I will respect it. Just don't be hateful about it. Just be respectful. That's all I'm asking. All right, enough of the intro. Let's go ahead and hop into my top 5 favorite games of 2018. Detroit Become Human has to come in at number 5 for me because it was an amazing game, an amazing experience, just an overall well-written story and narrative, and it was just fun to play and have so many options as far as choices we could make. Because as you guys know, kind of like stories where you kind of make the story and each decision you make impacts the ending. We've all played games like that, but Detroit Become Human was so vast and just so unique. You had so many paths that you could have taken, so many ending possibilities, that it just feels like no other game has ever been crafted to fit the player's play style, I guess you could say, the way this game has. Now, it was an amazing experience. It was very fun, very enjoyable. That's why it's in my top 5. But the reason it's number 5 and so low in my top 5 is just because it wasn't very memorable. Like, I played it one time. I didn't feel any urge to go back to it. And it just kind of feels... It was great, but it felt just... It was nothing special, I guess. Like, it wasn't anything new, it wasn't anything fresh, nothing unique. It was just there, it was enjoyable, but then after that you just kind of move on. It's one of those things, in my opinion. Like, in all honesty, I don't even remember which ending I got in this game. I roughly remember it, but I don't very well remember, because that's what I mean. It was a great experience, but it just had very low impact on me as a player. Now, I already know number 4, A Way Out. That is such a shocker probably to some of you, because I feel like many gaming channels and many people who do top 10s, top 5s, they would in no way have this game on their list, because it was just such an under the radar game, I guess you could say, because it was not mainstream whatsoever. Not many people talked about it, and Josef Fares made this game with a very low budget. And not to mention, it just, like I said, it was a $40 game. It wasn't even $60. But I had to put this game in my top 5 because I just enjoyed it so much. It was such an incredible, unique co-op story-driven experience. I've never played anything like it. Now, obviously, like the mechanics, the gameplay, and the controls, they could have definitely been touched up. But like I said, it was a low-budget game. So, I mean, what are you going to expect? The gameplay and the voice acting wasn't top-notch. Obviously, it's not the best in the industry, but overall, the experience I have and the overall story that was told was absolutely incredible. Like I said, this was a co-op, story-driven experience. I played this game with my brother. The day it came out, we absolutely played the thing from beginning to finish. We absolutely loved it. And we both had really thought it was a very special experience. And I think my favorite thing about this game is just it really goes to show it doesn't take a high budget and the best voice actors in the industry to make a great, enjoyable game. Now, as I said about how the gameplay can be touched up, like I said, it's not the greatest gameplay, but what I did love about the gameplay was it's such a unique variety of gameplay, from stealth to action to driving to shooting, that it just seemed like I've never played a game that adjusts the gameplay mechanics so often. And it's not even a bad way. That's a good thing, because it really kept you on the edge of your seat, wondering what could possibly happen next, because nothing was really predictable. God of War comes in at number 3 for me for a variety of reasons. I already know many people would have this game ranked as their number 1 game, so to hear me say it's number 3 probably surprises some people. Now, this game was so amazing for a variety of reasons. First of all, the voice acting, the storytelling was just top notch. I never played the original God of War games, but I know that they weren't really so story or narrative driven. In the past, this was kind of their first attempt at making a God of War like that. So they did a fantastic job on that. It felt like I was playing a game made by like Rockstar or Naughty Dog in terms of the acting and writing. And I'm sure most of you could agree that whenever a game has top-notch acting and writing, it definitely makes you feel that much more invested. The game just has so many unique situations and people that you come across and face throughout the journey that it's just so hard to be able to forget so many of the events. Like I said, this is number 3 on my list. So in my eyes, it wasn't the best game of the year, nor is it maybe even my top 10 games of all time. I'm not going to lie. But there were so many memorable set pieces and events that happened that I will forever remember. Spider-Man was a game that when it was first announced, it was not on my radar. It was something because I've always been a fan of Spider-Man, I guess, but I've never been the biggest on Spider-Man. I've just always kind of overlooked the games, I guess, because most of them haven't been well made either. But I still remember very vividly at E3 2017, I was watching the live stream and saw the first gameplay trailer for this game pop up, and it just looked so fun, so good, so fluid, and so fast-paced and amazing that I instantly just had my attention caught. And I had a feeling that I would want to get this game once it eventually released. Like, it wasn't something I've ever really experienced in a video game. Like, yes, like I said, there have been other Spider-Man games, but just the feeling I got playing this game and with how fluid the combat mechanics were, you just really felt like you were really felt like you were Spider-Man, if that makes any sense, like, while you're fighting the enemies. Red Dead Redemption 2 is my number 1 game of 2018 and easily at least in my top 5 video games of all time. Words cannot I cannot put together words, I should say, with how I feel about this game and how it made me feel. It was a very long story that at times felt kind of slow, but that's the whole point about it. And in the end, it just really made the game worth it. It made it pay off, especially for the original Red Dead Redemption fans. If you played the first Red Dead and were a huge fan of John Marston and his tale, then Red Dead Redemption 2 was just that much more satisfying because it gave you a huge insight into what the life of John Marston and Dutch Van der Linde, their gang, was like. And it really, honestly, what the craziest part about it is it really changes your view towards Red Dead Redemption, like the first one. Because after the events of Red Dead Redemption 2 and knowing so much about what actually happened before the events of the first Red Dead, you really just want to go back to the original Red Dead and replay everything because you have such a new look. Like, there are events from the first game that I instantly remember that I just feel differently about now. And that's weird. I've never felt that way before. Like, that Red Dead Redemption was a game I played years ago, and I just had that story set in my mind, and boom, and suddenly my views towards it have changed because of this game. Like, it's insane. And I don't mean in a bad way. I don't mean I look down on Red Dead. Honestly, it makes the first Red Dead even better. The voice acting is on point. The graphics are incredible. The open world is so lively and ambitious, and everything feels so real. Every detail is insane. Like, I have never played such an amazing game. Like I said, words cannot describe how I feel about Red Dead Redemption 2. The only thing I can say about it is that you just have to pick it up and you have to go play it yourself. There are so many moments I do not want to talk about in this video because I do not want to spoil anything, no matter how little it may be, even if it's not a plot line. Like, there's just so many special moments in the game that you have to experience for yourself. And that is it for this video, guys. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and also I hope you enjoyed the list. I know it might have been a little bit of a different, unique list because so many other people might have had certain other games in their top 5 or even top 10 if they made a top 10, and would have definitely had these orders rearranged. So let me know what you guys think of my list, and let me know what your list is. What are your top 10, top 5 favorite games of 2018? And let me know why those are your top games of the year. Once again, thank you guys so much for watching, and I'm very sorry once again for my raspy voice as well. I've been sick. I hope it recovers soon because I kind of want to get back to making videos as normal without having to have this effect on my commentary. But that's it until next time, and I hope to see you guys next time. Peace out.